Hey, everybody, I'm Chad Eckert, and that's not Joe Idoni. It's the Preferred Lines podcast, where you'll find us each Monday night. Monday night? Oh my gosh, it's Tuesday. Tuesday night, cracking beer. We're typically talking about golf. Now, Joe won a bet against me that we decided, hey, the loser between the Cleveland Browns and the Minnesota Vikings, our home teams, whoever lost would have to do the podcast solo tonight so that the guy could get the night off. So here I am. The Vikings stink, and they lost by 7. So I'm doing the podcast about the Shriners Hospital Open. Now, the Shriners is a great thing because the Shriners is a great hospital. They take donations, and that's how anyone that goes to Shriners Hospital, they can get their medical bills waived. Bada boom, bada bing. So I like this tournament. Stewie likes it too. Stewie's a big contributor to the Shriners Hospital. If you have the means, go ahead and donate to the Shriners. Maybe pick a golfer that you think is going to win this week and tail him. Every birdie that he makes, you give $2 or $5 or whatever you can do. Maybe donate to the Shriners. I'm thinking about doing it myself. Whoever I have the house on, potentially we could discuss that tonight, right here, right now. This isn't meant to be a long thing. I don't have a lot of time to do this. And you know what? You don't want to listen to this forever. So here we go. Now, like and subscribe, rate and review, follow us on Twitter, but also, boys and girls, you can use this app. Now, legal betting. Did I get your attention? Jock Market is a great place for legal betting. If you're in a state like I live in, where I have to go offshore to place my bets, I can use this app. It's great. It's on my phone, and every Wednesday night for the golf, you log in, you punch in some prices on some golfers. The ding, 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 the bell rings, and hey, the IPO is closed. And those golfers are in your portfolio for the rest of the week. You can trade them. They go on a birdie streak, and you're like, oh my God, he's all putter. Sell him off. Hitting irons like a madman. He's Sam Burns in it all over the place. Well, maybe I should buy some of that, because if he's under $25, you can get him at 25 and he wins the tournament. Boom, you get $25. It's not that complicated. It's an easy app. It's called the Jock Market. You could use the promo code PL to get a match up to $50. You could try it out on the NFL. It's fun too. But there are friends over there. Okay, let's get to the betting board for the Shriners Hospital Open, this thing. That is actually a good field. It's ridiculous. Oh, how do I make this bigger? I couldn't believe it when I opened it up. I was happy to see that Viktor Hovland was at the top. Now, I'm using what is betonline.ag. It's a sports book that I've been using for 12 years, 15 years. I know I look young. But yeah, so the BetOnline people, they don't sponsor the podcast, but it's the book that I use and the one that I've been able to cash out on. And we bought carpet, my wife and I. It's great. Using the proceeds from Morikawa and Cameron Champ. It's a great time. But you see, Viktor Hovland, who's... You guys following Joe Idoni on TikTok? Because he's betting on Viktor Hovland. That was in his video today. Viktor Hovland at 20-1 is the top of the board. 20? At the top? That's weird. Normally it's a guy in the teens. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. They're giving us these good numbers, maybe because no one's betting this shit because the NFL is around. No one wants to watch this. No one's downloaded anything about golf's, NFL season rules all. So that's why, again, at the end of the podcast, we'll do some housekeeping. I'll tell you why we went to Tuesdays. I got some rants and raves about being a dad and all this stuff. But yeah, 20-1. They're enticing you maybe to bet on Viktor Hovland. You get a little bit more money than you may normally do, but the field is stacked and it's strong and it's top heavy. Viktor Hovland's there. He's followed up with the same with 20-1 with Scotty Scheffler. Okay. Brooks Koepka. He's at 22. We have Abraham Answer at 22. Sam Burns, last week's winner, at 22. He's here. Will Zalatoris at 25-1. Webb Simpson 25-1. Hideki's also 25-1 on this book, and you have Harris English under 30-1. I mean, but he keeps going. The depth is here. So before we get past the top of the board, am I interested in anyone like Viktor Hovland? I don't know, not really. Guess if I had to pick someone from the top of the board, you Mako Brooks Koepka at 22-1. That seems interesting because Brooks Koepka's good at golf. How is he 22-1? And we know that he's motivated. He's got a match with Bryson coming up, so he doesn't want to go into that looking like a fool. And for $5, you get 100 back. I mean, that's not a bad deal. Do you want to do that? I think sometimes you don't want to take Brooks Koepka his first little tournament out after having the Ryder Cup and all of that and having a week off. You usually maybe want to look at Brooks Koepka next week at the CJ Cup. That's potentially the spot to look for Brooks. I don't know if his betting number will be any. It probably will be worse than this. So you'd have to take Brooks next week at like a 20 or 18. So I don't know. Maybe we'll skip Brooks at the top. Maybe we'll skip all the names at the top of the board. We need to find the house bet, people. That's what I do. I try to bet on one guy the most amount. I call it the house bet. I'm a realtor for Edina Realty in Edina. Well, I don't live in Edina, Minnesota. I don't even do a lot of business in Edina, Minnesota. But I work for Edina Realty, which was started in Edina, Minnesota. And we put a house on a name, and that would normally be a lot of money to you, like your mortgage or your actual house, which is hundreds of thousands of dollars. I tend to bet more responsibly. I've done rants about that in the past and why I do that. I have a pregnant wife. We could talk about her at the end of the podcast, and how fun it is. I'm 2 weeks away. Like, that's why we're kind of scaling down this fall swing. Got Brian Kirshner doing some pods on the Fantasy Golf Pod YouTube page and doing less over there. That's because I got a lot going on. I mean, I'm a realtor and I'm doing this. And then I got a pregnant wife with 2 other kids. It's crazy. And no daycare. What was I saying? Oh, yes, we need to get a house bet going. So we'll do that here. We'll look at that. Gosh, would you go back to Sam Burns? I don't know if I would. Abraham Answer, it's a shorter course, and we're in elevation. So this is a Kevin Nas won this thing, and he won it putting his ass off, though. So that's kind of weird, different. But then he's done well here other ways. Short hitters can do well here. So Abraham Answer at 22, that's, if you almost don't care about the number. You just blindly bet whatever name you like. So maybe it's Victor Hovland and you have to pay up to 20. Well, that's not that bad. Who cares? Do it. But would you go to Webb? I could go to Webb. Webb's have good history here. Tournament history for Webb Simpson. If you're looking for anyone with strokes gained, I use a website called fantasynational.com. It's a great website. The Mooseonomics. Moose is a hell of a dude. And he put together this website. It's amazing. And you can go right there and boom, the last 5 years at the Shriners, you can get the stats. Stats show that Webb Simpson has the most strokes gained over the last 5 years at the Shriners. He's gained 32 strokes total. He's 10-2 on DraftKings, and he's good. Maybe you go to that. He didn't have that greatest year last year. He was a little hurt. He got a neck thing. So maybe Webb Simpson, he's going to try to come out firing at 25-1. Put 5 on that. I got 5 on it. I don't think I have 5 on it, though, actually. No, but 125 for that? I mean, come on. That'd be great. Hideki, I've heard a couple people. I've listened to a few things, and they're on Hideki because it's 25-1. That's fun. Harris English, I can't do that, I don't think. He was just at college game day the other day. How much is he practicing? Louis? Can Louis bring the putter? If he can bring the putter, 33. I mean, is he going to win? Maybe you go over to the top 5 number on Louis. Should we check that real fast? Well, that didn't work. Oh, top 5 at the Shriners. Because if you get a top 5 on Louis, you could do that over here at this betonline.ag. So for a top 5 on Louis, you have to pay plus 450. Look at that. You got Scheffler's already. He's at plus 500, but he's 20-1. Oh, you think the sportsbook knows what's going to happen? Huh. This is predicting athlete performance, and we know that's a fool's errand, so this is for fun. So if you like Louis, bet Louis. If you don't like Louis, fuck Louis. Who cares? Let's go continue to the 30s. Let's go back to the sports book here. And you show Sung J M is in the 30s with Louis Oosthuizen. He's at 33-1. Paul Casey's there as well. Corey Connors last week, he had a chance. Now, Corey Connors was like 25-1 going into Sunday's round and was a couple strokes back. And he started with a birdie, and an eagle. And I was like, oh my God, why didn't I take the 25-1 on Corey Connors? This field sucks. He's just going to have an 8-under round and he's going to win by 3. Well, I don't even think he finished 3 under for the whole Sunday round. So Corey Connors I don't know. He's hard to imagine winning in this field. Can you imagine Wolff? How he's at 38? What do we have to bet him last week? 50? It's not a Wolff. Well, Wolff wasn't he T2 last year? So how is it? But he's like kind of a bomber. I'd have to look to see what his stats were last year putting, because sometimes that can just boost a guy, and we're just confused why he doesn't fit the course. But he had a good finish. But then again, why would we even look at stats? Stats are stupid. So then, fuck it, Matt Wolff, 38-1. Let's go for that. Who cares? I love Matt Wolff, but I did not bet that. I don't think I want that, because last week I paid 50 in a worse field, and he almost missed the cut. Like, he basically should have missed the cut. He made that 90-foot putt last hole, like hammered it in the back of the hole, and then fired off 9 birdies to start the round. Like, he was just crazy on Saturday. So I don't know. Wolff's kind of sporadic, and at 38, you have to pay that when you can go right to Patrick Reed at 40 or Siwoo Kim at 40. Siwoo Kim, I think he's playing some of the best out of anybody. Yeah, go to fantasynational.com, get a membership there. Use the promo code Tour Junkies or something. Like, nah, I don't have one, but I would say if you went to that site and you looked at the recent form of these guys, it hasn't been a ton of recent form. We're talking about 2 tournaments plus now playoff and Wyndham, where Siwoo Kim has done well. He finished T8 at Sanderson Farms. Siwoo Kim at the Fortinet was a T11. I don't know. Siwoo Kim. What about Sungjae too? I mean, Sungjae at 33-1. That's a great number. I might have to put the house on Sungjae. But we're not at Bermuda. Do we need Sungjae at a Bermuda course? Because I think this is bent. Either way, he's playing well lately. Siwoo is also okay. So yeah, I said that. Now, what about Zalatoris? Holy shit, where's Zalatoris? We miss him because he's playing well too. Where's his number? I forgot to talk about him. 25. Either way, let's keep going. I might do Patrick Reed because we know people are angry and especially the people who get angry about missing their Ryder Cup position. So we've watched Billy Horschel win in the Euro tournament. We've watched other names, like everybody that got snubbed has won. It's great. Including Sam Burns last week. So will Patrick Reed come in and be like, what the hell? I'm mad, and win? I don't know. It could happen. Like, and at 40-1, Patrick Reed wins a hell of a lot more than 40 times every 40th time. I mean, so to bet him at 41, did I bet him? I have my bets over here. Yeah, I put 5 on it, but we could put. Oh, I did put 5 on Zalatoris at 28, so I already got some line value there. Oh my gosh, what about Patrick Reed? Would that be too obvious of a house bet because we love him, and at 40, that's ridiculous, right? Well, we'll think about it, but that seems like could be the house bet. I don't know if I have the ability to look at your chats or comments. I'm not seeing anything, so sorry if you're in here, if anybody's in here. Either way, you have Neiman 2 at 40-1. That's ridiculous. And Mito Pereira. He's good. He's at 45. You have Jason Kokrak, who loves Vegas and plays well. He's putting well. Another bet I like is Adam Scott. Did I bet that? 50-1? I should have bet that. Yeah, I bet that. I bet Kokrak and Scott. So I'm going to win $100 if one of those guys wins. Why not? 50-1 at Adam Scott. You know he's here because he went to UNLV, loves Vegas. But at the same time, I mean, Adam Scott, basically. Oh, okay. President's Cup year, Adam Scott every time. Also, Adam Scott doesn't matter really if he hasn't played in 100 years or we don't know much about what he's been up to, or we're a little bit nervous. Nothing matters because this guy at 50-1 could come in here and just be the class of the field by far, and you'd be like, oh yeah, duh. So Adam Scott, you know this. Now, are you going to go to Cameron Tringali? What about EVR? EVR's winning on tour. Maverick McNeely, can he win at 50-1? Now, if you were like, you're an alien. You've been abducted by an alien spaceship and you've been sent back down to Earth. You've been put on the Earth and they say, bet this tournament, it's this weekend. And you say, okay, cool. Well, what's going on? Here's the field. And there's a guy named Mito. at 45. There's Kokrak at 50. EVR, Tringali, McNeely. There's Charlie Hoffman and Adam Scott. Now, what are you going to do with your money if you're that guy from the alien spaceship? Hoffman also a Vegas guy, so you might go, is this in Vegas? Let's go, the Vegas boys, roll the dice. So you go Hoffman and Scott at 50 to 1. What about Harmon at 60? You're going 61 guy now? I don't know. This feels a little tougher than it was last week, so I don't have as much confidence as we get down towards the longer shots. Let's see if Brian Harmon, you go Birdie, Brian Harmon, Mark Leishman, Henley, Streelman. This field is stacked. Oh my God. And I teased it over here. I did bet Ricky Fowler at 70 to 1, and nobody else does it because nobody's that stupid. And so it's already at 80 to 1. What did I put on that? $1? That's what I kind of, I put $1.50. So I could add another $1. But Taylor Gooch is good. And people, I don't want to give everything away, but I think my guy Joe Idoni's on Aaron Wise. You could try that. Do we like going back to the gala? No, this feels so much harder than last week. Last week was a complete and total joke of a birdie festival. We can rant about that at the end of the pod. Seamus Power won a tournament recently. Can Griot get a win? Griot could get a win. He just got the little post on Instagram that his wife's pregnant. So maybe I go with Griot. I'm going to put $1 on Griot because of the pregnancy angle. Wife's pregnant. His wife's pregnant. My wife's pregnant. We're good. We're going to bet Griot for $1. We're going to win 100 if he wins. And we're going to laugh and be like, why did Griot win? What a joke. Oh my gosh, I had it. Good times. What about, what else do we need to look at here? Okay, H. Lee at a TPC course. I mean, that's kind of, do you bet $1 on that, knowing that that's how it goes? We're getting to the territory of looking into the top 10 bets. Do you do top 10 bets or do you do only outrights? Because I think top 10s, I should probably do more top 10s when we're getting past the 50 and 60 to 1 range and just know that golf is so variant. There's so many variables that you need to just know that a guy can get in from the top 5. I mean, a guy could almost miss the cut and finish top 20. The guy could be in top 20 all day long and have 2 bad shots and be dead fucking last. Golf's hard. Do you play golf? You should know that if you do. What else do we need to talk about? Oh my God. Did I have anything else prepared for the betting? I mean, we should probably decide who we're going to put the house on, since I can't see the comments and I can't really field the guessing of what people will be thinking. But I mean, obviously you got to put it on Patrick Reed. Kidding me? I mean, snub from the Ryder Cup coming in at 40 to 1. We're not stupid. The last time I bet Patrick Reed, though, he won the next week. I put the house on Patrick Reed before, and then he won the Farmers, I think. So that was a while ago. But we already have 5 on it, so we can do another 20. Could we win 800 plus 5 gets me 200? Oh, we could cash a comma on Patrick Reed with $25. Oh my God, we're definitely doing that. Let's cash a comma, Captain America, Patrick Reed. Oh my God, brilliant. Okay, so that kind of concludes the portion of the talking about the names and the reasons. So if you can be done now if you hate the pod or you just want my takes or whatever, my touts. But yeah, so Tuesdays, that's where we are right now, 8:20 on a Tuesday. We used to do Mondays. I did this for Fantasy Golf Pod too. We try to prepare things for Monday evenings. And I mean, you get the pricing for DraftKings at like noon, or you get the betting stuff at 10 a.m. or whatever, and you're like, okay, I'm going to marinate over that for a little bit. And then you get home from work, because we're real people with real jobs. We're like not doing this. We're not experts. So you get home from work and you're crushing to studying the things and looking at Fantasy National all day and like checking updates on your phone and seeing what's happening. And then Kevin Dodd just withdrew and stuff like that. So like had last night, we done the pod. We talked about how cool Nah was, but it's a waste of time today. So we're doing all sorts of things. And it's just like not helping us, not helping you to do it on Mondays. So I think Tuesdays, you get a little bit more time to prepare. And the reality is that the Monday night is owned by Monday Night Football. Nobody wants to sit here and watch a stream about fantasy golf or golf betting. Like, you're watching the football game. You're degenerates for football. which is a joke. I mean, yes, I know the fall swing is kind of stupid, and like I'm having a hard time caring about it. And I didn't even really put my own money into it last week. I was like doing the narratives and stuff, and I'll probably still do that this week. But yeah, and do Stars and Scrubs because that's the best one for these kinds of fields. Maybe not this field, but like last week. Either way, fall swing's definitely not a great product by any means. You know, the NFL though, I mean, it is not a great product by any means either. Yet it is just everyone loves it. I mean, it's there. You know, without fantasy football, I don't know if football would be as popular. For me, I don't know. I can't handle all the commercials and all the injuries and all the timeouts and the complaining about the guy spiking it. And it's like, you know, stupidest shit ever. Like the guy literally touches a quarterback and that's a penalty somehow. We're reliant on these referees to make normal decisions, and they're like 65 years old. What the hell? I mean, I don't even play DFS for football anymore. I can't win that shit either. Like that shit's impossible. Like I think I have an amazing lineup. I'm like, holy shit, I got a couple of things that are going off. And then you open up the app and everybody's got those things or more. And then you're not even close to cashing. So I'm not a big fan of the NFL, and for multiple reasons. It's kind of a boring product. So yeah, whatever. You know, I'm sorry. This is the best content you're going to get out of me right now. It's not, you know, I'm trying to do some content at the end of the pod, but I didn't have a lot of time to prepare the content or create the content. You know, I've got a family. I've got the family upstairs. Wife's pregnant, 2 weeks away from having my third kid. So it's a brutal time for me to be alive. I mean, we're at the stage of, I mean, I got to talk quietly because she's right upstairs, but like we're at the stage of the pregnant lady where it's hard to do anything. So what does that mean? Oh, well, I'm doing a lot more. So then it's like, you know, got a lot less time to go over there in the corner and type out some content for PGA. So here I am. I'm just talking about how bad the NFL is and stuff like that. But yeah, hey, you know what? Why don't you go ahead, like and subscribe, rate and review, do all those things, because that's, you know, I'm doing this out of the goodness of my heart. And I love the PGA. And, but my favorite thing, actually, I wanted to talk about was the PGA touts now becoming NFL touts, and then having that as a thing, being, you know, predictors of NFL. And what's funny is that then they say, "Hey, I'm better at predicting NFL than I am at predicting golf," and it's like, well, no shit, obviously, right? Especially the stat people, because no shit you can predict the NFL using stats compared to using stats and predicting golf. We could talk about that for hours about how it's the same field versus it's a course. Things are consistent. There's a quarterback every week. The field's different every week. I mean, you know, he's in the rough, but is he in the rough deep, or is he in the rough fine? Yeah, I could get in that forever, but at the same time, okay, yes, yeah, you're definitely better at picking coin flips than you are at predicting golf with 156 people. That makes sense. So that kind of makes me laugh. The experts, I love the experts. The experts are the greatest. I had you know, I was an expert at one point. I wrote articles pretending I knew things, trying to be an expert, and at the same time, I knew nothing. I was just a dumbass in my college dorm room. So I keep seeing these experts come about. My favorite is this post I saw this week where we credited one expert, or like the group of experts was credited for predicting Sam Burns would win. But in the same screenshot, another expert said, don't play Sam Burns, and faded him. So we're giving experts credit, but we're picking both sides of it. So it's like, what are we doing here? That always makes me laugh a little bit. Experts. Oh, God. First of all, imagine relying on an expert's opinion. Don't do that. And being an expert is probably really stressful, especially in golf. And you know what? That's about all I got for today. And you know what? That's enough ranting and raving. And we'll get into more topics the next time I have to do this solo. I think it'll be maybe next week, maybe in a couple weeks. Maybe I'll pump out next week. I'll get a couple of these solo pods stockpiled so that it's Joe's turn. So as soon as the kid comes, which is due October 21st, then boom, he can take over and I can just be dad, and we can, and you know what? His opinion is probably better than my opinion. His Twitter handle is at Tour Picks, whereas mine is Edina Realty, because I'm a realtor for Edina Realty. He might be an expert. Dude's won $150,000 on DraftKings. I have not. I only play for $1. But anyway, you guys are awesome. Thank you for watching, liking, and subscribing, rating and reviewing. And yeah, 25 minutes. Holy shit. Sorry, guys. I'll see you next time that I see you. Bye-bye.